doldrums. You know, 4 years of dark Joe Biden not moving. He got elected behind a mask. He got elected hiding in the basement. And we're seeing the president at the Super Bowl, at the UFC, at the Army Navy game, and now at Daytona. It's not even 4 weeks yet. It's 4 weeks today. But, you know, the same spirit of America that brought us out of COVID when we were so excited is what I'm seeing now. He's energetic, he's vibrant, he's nonstop. He's the kind of president who is not scared. The guy took a bullet. He's not scared to walk out in public. He was at the infield. He was in public there when he was talking to the press. And we should be, I think, so grateful that he won, that we now feel energized ourselves. And I have to tell you, there's one cute little story there. Carolina, who was with her grandfather, President Trump, I guarantee that in a couple of years she's going to be driving the beach. That little girl that the president was holding hands with is the toughest, strongest, fiercest little girl I've ever met. And I'm loving what I'm seeing. You know, the interesting thing is the president is turning these things into his own rallies.
Yeah, you got a crowd of what, almost 500,000 people baked in, Greg. Did you watch the Daytona 500?
Absolutely. You know, if Joe had done that, it would have been in a hearse and the blinker would still be on. Of course, if it was Kamala, they'd stop for a roadie. Trump has essentially destroyed the Democratic Party, but before that, he also destroyed the Republican Party. So all the Dems are experiencing is what we already went through. You just need to admit that. Sometimes I just want to shake the remaining sane Democrats and say, what are you? Because right now, for the last 8 years, you were anti-Trump, and that's not doing any good. You've indulged the whims of deranged activists for 8 years. That didn't work. And your whole hoax matrix has imploded. Look at how quickly the Pete Hegseth hoax just imploded. He's drinking at the podium. That thing was gone before it had any traction. So I said this on Friday, I'm going to keep saying it. My new role here is to give Democrats advice because we get the most viewers. Rather than trashing them, I'm going to help them. Because that's the kind of person I am.
You really are so nice.
First of all, the Dems have to let go of what's killing them, which is obviously the remaining wokeness. And I go back to my zombie analogy. In every zombie movie, the hero struggles against becoming a zombie, when in fact, if he just lets the zombie bite him, it's over with, the zombies leave you alone, and you can work your way up the zombie ranks, become a zombie bureaucrat, get a good zombie consulting fee. That's what the Dems did with the woke virus. They let themselves get bit rather than resist. That only works if all of America complied, but they didn't. So now you gotta unbite yourself. Now, in order to do that, and this is Jessica can I think agree with me on this, the Dems live off praise. Republicans don't, because we are so used to being called evil. We've been called evil since day one. Reagan was compared to Hitler. I remember that. So we're used to being the bad guy. So the new Democratic Party has to realize that their survival will not require praise. Praise doesn't build anything. You learn that from 2024. No amount of accolades from the woke, created anything. Didn't create jobs, it didn't make safer streets, it didn't stop any wars. It was ephemeral, it just dealt with your emotions. So you have to stop operating from worrying about activists being upset with you, because it doesn't help. Your big challenge, and we talked about this in the green room a while ago. The big challenge, Trump has found a middle ground on every issue, and he called it common sense. So what that did is it imploded the left versus right structure. You can't get left or right on the high ground. That's why it's a high ground. So there's no left or right. So how do you outflank that? You can't. So you end up having to find new ground. They need to find issues that Trump hasn't already picked over. And that's a challenge, because it's like, when it comes to issues for the Democrats, it's like going to Walmart on Saturday after Black Friday. Trump has gone through everything. So, there are some issues that are going to come up that the Democrats could reshape their party around, but I don't want to help them yet.
Yeah, it's not water pressure in the showers. It's not straws, Jessica. You guys are going to have to dig deep. Your name was invoked. Does your party thrive on praise?